We're back at you, almost live.
We have a piece of paper, which means today I get to find out what we're talking about in advance.
Wait, no, don't look yet.
Today I don't get to find out what we're talking about in advance. Hello, everyone. I am Chuck the Closer.
I am Bootleg Austin, a.k.a. Cave Dweller Toys.
It's very dramatic.
Hey, look at my shirt, everybody. My buddy, the Epoxy Crusader, who is one of the 3 people who watches this show. I bought this shirt from him.
First of all, have you know there's at least 5 people that watch this show because now they've all commented.
Oh yeah, that's true. We've literally got ones of comments out there.
And as few people as have commented on stuff thus far, which is totally fine, I still haven't responded on YouTube because I'm the worst.
Well, you know, I get in there and respond if you haven't noticed.
On YouTube?
I sure do.
No, you do not.
I do. So if you leave a comment and a like, and you say Bootleg Austin 3 times in a dark bathroom.
I'm trying to see if Bootleg is full of it, guys.
No.
All right, well, talk to the
people.
people.
Anyway,
I'm researching.
The Epoxy Crusader, he makes fantastic figures.
Okay.
Very good work ethic, not like me. I come out with a figure like once every 8,000 years.
I was gonna say I've seen this shirt a few times.
We plugged it once before in an episode that's somewhere in the ether.
It'll be someone will see it at some point.
One of my favorites, a little mashup of Skeletor, Toxic Crusaders, Epoxy Crusader. The dude makes figures.
It makes a lot of sense.
So shout out to you, Epoxy Crusader.
Yeah, no, dude, look, you're oh wait, do you reply? Okay, never mind. Wow, you really are. You've been replying to people?
I sure
Man,
have.
I really am the worst.
Hey, so if you leave a comment, I will probably reply.
People specifically said, "Hey Chuck," and Austin replied.
I actually sent him a text message like, "Hey, I think this dude's trying to get in touch with you." And
oops,
so,
sorry.
So if you want to get in touch with Chuck, it's a little bit difficult.
Well, there's a nice little boring beginning to the episode. My bad.
Welcome everybody to the Figure Sold Separately.
Yeah,
podcast.
Man, let's just do this. Can I flip this over yet?
Absolutely. Flip over a piece of paper.
Okay.
Flip over my piece of paper.
Taken care of. All right.
TCB, taking care of business.
Ooh. Okay. I oohed. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. Look, the top says intro. Bam. Done.
Well, we're one step ahead. We didn't even have to look at the piece of paper for that.
Today's main segment, dude, let's jump right in, can we?
Absolutely. Let's do
it.
A
hard-hitting investigation into Filmation Ghostbusters. I'm all about it. Let's go.
Okay. Filmation Ghostbusters.
Yes.
First of all, we need to do the classic thing where I assess what your level of familiarity is with the Filmation Ghostbusters.
I thought you were going to say with Ghostbusters.
Well, obviously, we all know Ghostbusters. 1984. Cartoon came out in 1986. Awesome cartoon. One of the best children's cartoons.
Yes.
With work by J. Michael Straczynski, Paul Dini,
Yep.
Larry DiTillio. Like the heavy hitters.
Yeah, all those names.
A lot of people who went on to do Batman the Animated Series.
Sure.
But Filmation Ghostbusters is not that.
Right.
So what's your level of familiarity? Like, what's your childhood experience with the confusion of there being 2 kinds of Ghostbusters?
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being 0 knowledge and 10 being knowledge, I'm somewhere right below 1.
So like a 0.8 or something.
Like a 0.4.5. 0.4.5.
Well, you know...
0.4.5, really, Chuck? 0.45.
Well, I'm going to slow it down because in the 1980s there were 2 different Ghostbusters cartoons. People know this, right?
I honestly, I did not know this.
One of them was made by Filmation, who are the people who did Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
They were founded by Lou Scheimer, Norm Prescott, and Hal Sutherland in the late 1950s.
Okay.
They did a lot of DC shows and stuff. They're best known for Masters of the Universe. A lot of young American animators got their starts there.
Okay. I mean, I know Filmation.
But you don't know Filmation Ghostbusters?
I'm not kidding. I don't know Filmation Ghostbusters. Are there toys?
Well, it would be on the Figure Sold Separately podcast if there weren't.
Hey, we've done weirder things. I don't know. I'm watching clips from it real quick. I don't know that I don't remember ever seeing this.
Well, that's great. So
maybe I'll know the toys. Maybe I'll know the toys that's happened
before.
Well,
hey, I bought the 2 I have with me today at Empire Toys, so...
The show, okay, well then I've definitely seen... I don't know... I don't know that show.
Really? I
really don't.
I was proceeding from the assumption that you would have like the vaguest idea what we were talking about.
No.
So now I gotta do one of those heavy lifting episodes where...
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot about the Ghostbusters, so let's just see where this takes us.
Okay, well, let's go.
All right. Who's your favorite Ghostbuster?
From the Filmation Ghostbusters?
Who's your favorite Ghostbuster, period?
Winston.
If you had to pick a Ghostbuster, who's your favorite?
Winston.
Why?
Because he's a pragmatist. Because he's the realistic one.
Okay.
That's all. That's all there really is to it.
Got it.
I like him. He's he's the serious one that's not there to clown around. He just wants a paycheck, just like the rest of us.
See, I'm stereotypical, I would guess.
Oh, Janine.
No, man, Peter.
Hey, man, Annie Potts
Venkman
could still get it, man. She's looking good for an old lady.
That's true. Yeah.
So Annie Potts, I'll pick up my red phone for you.
Aww. All right, Filmation Ghostbuster toys.
Okay, well, preface this.
Okay.
Filmation came up with the name Ghostbusters.
Okay.
In 1975,
Chalking up another thing I didn't know.
They had a live-action season 1 show, or one-season show called Ghostbusters in 1975.
Okay.
They had the crew from F Troop. What is his name? Larry Storch and Bob Burns played Tracy the Ape. He was a guy who owned an ape suit.
Well, I was going to say, I keep seeing this ape.
Tracy the Ape.
Right there?
Yeah.
I don't know who Tracy the Ape is.
Look up Ghostbusters 1975.
Are
we going to have to edit this episode? I don't know.
Like, this is crazy. No, hey, man.
Am I completely blowing your mind?
I talk all the time about how I don't know about stuff, but honestly, like, the episodes that we have aired, like, things like Batman and Bill and Ted, like, I know that stuff. But, like, honestly, like, I had no idea. I didn't know any of this.
Really?
Ghostbusters, what did you say?
1975.
1975. Ghostbusters.
Anyway, they only produced one season. They were moving into live action stuff. They produced Ghostbusters and the Powers of Isis.
Wait.
The same season, and they canceled the wrong one.
You meant live action.
Yeah, I meant...
Like live action.
Larry Storch and Forrest Tucker from F Troop, and Bob Burns as Tracy the Gorilla.
That looks like the gorilla from Trading Places.
Yeah, it probably is, because Bob Burns played the gorilla in almost everything in that era.
Dude, what?
Am I like completely blowing your mind here with the fact that
I've never seen this, but this is horrible.
No, it's more like it's like a Sid and Marty Krofft show. It's kind of like, Electro Woman and Dyna Girl or something like that.
I've never, I honestly, like, no joke. I mean, forgive my crazy ignorance on this one.
It's pretty obscure. A lot of people probably don't know this, but it's more like, like the Monster Squad show from the 60s.
I've never,
70s, sorry.
I've never ever seen this before. All right, well, we went super ghetto on the last episode with how we were showing some stuff off. We'll do the same thing. Has anybody ever seen this before? You guys ever seen that?
I used to have it on DVD, but I sold it, and it's worth like $250 or $300.
Yeah, dude, I
now.
don't think that we are. And in very figure sold separately fashion, we have got people at the door at Empire that are trying to come in
and buy toys
right now.
The nerve of them!
They're trying to come in and buy toys right now, and it looks like they drove here just to come to Empire Toys because now they're walking away from the front door. That's a true story.
They had a place to go Google if we're open.
Man, I hope they don't watch this episode because they even have a baby they took out of the car to come to Empire.
Wow, they really wanted to come in here and buy some toys. Do you think we should just open the door and invite them on the podcast, talk about Filmation Ghostbusters?
Have you ever seen this monkey? The monkey, the gorilla is wearing a hat.
Yeah, they had him wear a hat so he wouldn't be scary to the kids. He always wore different silly hats.
Yeah, he's wearing a fire hat. Guys, Google Ghostbusters 1975 and click on the very first thing that comes up. Because I had no idea that this was a thing, and it looks goofy as hell.
But it's entertaining. It's different. Okay,
sorry. Wow.
We got to move past Ghostbusters 1975.
Oh, do we?
Yes, because in 80, and that's just somewhat inconsequential. In 83, 84, Dan Aykroyd was making his Ghostbusters movie. Mm-hmm. There was, that there's like a classic trope of like ghost hunting comedies from the 40s, 50s, all that stuff.
Yeah.
What is it, like the Ghost Smashers, I think? It was a comical...
Horrible at names that stuff, but sure.
It was a comical genre. Dan Aykroyd wanted to bring it back.
Okay.
So Ghostbusters was not originally called Ghostbusters, his live-action movie. Did you know this?
Dan Aykroyd?
Yes.
No, I did not know that either.
It was called Ghost Breakers.
Okay.
They were back and forth on the name. They couldn't figure out what name they wanted to call it. Just like the Figure Sold Separately podcast.
Sure. Which I'm still not satisfied with that name.
Yeah, we could just rename it.
Yep.
We could rename it the Ghostbusters 1975 podcast.
Ghost Breakers. Oh, okay. So Ghost Breakers was originally a thing in 1940.
Yeah.
Bob Hope was in it.
And that was one of the names they had for Ghostbusters 1984.
And he wanted to remake it or reuse the name and call it Ghost Breakers. Yeah.
So basically, long story short, they landed on Ghostbusters by coincidence.
Okay.
And it was the best sounding name. It was the name they wanted. They filmed a scene with all the extras chanting Ghostbusters, even though they didn't have the rights.
Okay.
So
That's better than Ghost Stoppers, which apparently was also an option.
yes, there were
Okay.
many choices that were bad, but Ghostbusters, it just rolls off the tongue. They were like, we have to have this name.
Sure.
So they went to Columbia, who owned the rights.
Dude, imagine the song. Sorry.
Ghost Breakers.
Ghost Breakers.
You know that there are a
Doesn't sound
bunch
the
of
same.
there are a bunch of alternate themes to the Ghostbusters movie. Did you know that?
I did know that.
So,
that I did know. I've
that's
heard
the
the thingy.
Those things are coming out of the woodworks.
Yep.
But long story short, they had to license the name Ghostbusters from Columbia and
Okay.
Filmation.
Huh.
Or no, Columbia had to license the rights from Filmation.
From Filmation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So they agreed to do it for like $100,000 and 1% of the profit. But if you're familiar with movie accounting, they say every movie's not profitable.
Yep.
So they got nothing. So hey, if you're ever making a deal with
crazy.
Hollywood pranksters, freaking ask for a percentage of the gross.
Yeah,
Not
and
a
if they don't
percentage-
give it to you, just Will Smith or Chris Rock, will you?
Yeah, they had all the leverage too.
Yep.
Lou
Perfect timing.
Scheimer, the head of Filmation, said that his biggest regret was that he did not get the animation rights to Ghostbusters.
What was the thing that they didn't have they couldn't put it on the packaging, or they did put it on the packaging and weren't supposed to, or was it I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost?
Oh, you got me. I don't
Was
know.
that the thing? Hey, Matt. Matt's here. I might as well ask. What was it they were putting on the Ghostbuster toys that, or they couldn't put on there, or they weren't supposed to put on there? Was it I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost? Was it that thing? Do you remember?
We've got our resident Ghostbusters expert here, and he has no idea what we're screaming across the store.
There was on the Ghostbuster toys. There was something about they couldn't put, like, one of the licenses wasn't.
On the re-release ones, they had I Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts on the first wave, but not the second wave. I just assumed it's because they didn't handle the trademark.
Oh,
okay.
On the re-release toys. For those of you who could not hear the beard in the back, the re-release toys, the first wave said, I Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts. The second wave didn't say it. So either they couldn't use it anymore, or they decided that they were in fact afraid of ghosts.
Or they didn't want to give Ray Parker Jr. any money.
Who's Ray Parker Jr.?
What, the guy who sang Ghostbusters? Wait. No, it's not. Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the guy who sang the Ghostbusters theme.
Who sang Ghostbusters?
Ray
Ray
Parker.
Parker Jr. That's what I said. Anyway,
But we're getting sidetracked. It's really hard to get... I will tell you that the Ghostbusters Filmation situation is deeply confusing.
yeah, dude, I have no clue what's happening right now. This is awesome.
They licensed the name
Okay.
from Filmation.
Got it.
Follow with me.
I'm here. Who did? Columbia.
Columbia.
Got it.
And they screwed them over basically.
Okay. Columbia screwed over Filmation.
Right. They screwed them out of money. So
Columbia
Filmation...
gave Filmation $0.
Correct.
Because of the money loss thing.
Filmation saw that they were making their own cartoon,
Right?
got pissed off, and decided
it.
to rush out their own cartoon.
Because
They owned the name Ghostbusters.
So there was the cartoon, or the live action thing was first.
Yes.
And then the cartoon was right after, which is why there's this picture.
Yes.
Got it.
So actually,
Same page.
Filmation's Ghostbusters debuted 1 week before the real Ghostbusters.
Okay.
And now this is why they're called...
Is that why they're called the real Ghostbusters?
Yep, that's it. Is your mind blown now?
This is the Filmation. Sorry again, but that's the Filmation Ghostbusters. So that's what the Ghostbusters looked like before the Ghostbusters were the Ghostbusters. I didn't know, dude.
So
like, this
there
is-
you go. So there was a toy line.
Oh,
You recognize them?
yes.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We're breaking loose some stuff in Chuck's brain here.
I'll be a monkey's uncle.
So
No pun intended, because of the gorilla.
So there was an action figure line, very rare, very hard to find.
Sure. Okay. All right. Hit it.
Which will explain to you why I was so excited to find them when
Let's
you
go.
had them here.
All right.
They were made by W.H. Shopper. Shopper is a company who primarily made board games. They made Cootie,
Okay.
Don't Break the Ice,
Love that game.
Ants in the Pants.
Sure.
So Shopper was actually, we can talk about them more at another time, but they were one of the first companies to make mostly plastic games.
Okay.
They had,
Okay.
They had very, very few toy lines.
Don't Break the Ice, as a kid, was one of my favorite
I love
games.
it. I have a little red man. I think he's like a
Yeah.
cartoony purple
Don't Break
man
the That's
now.
one with the hammer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, yeah. If you don't know Don't Break the Ice, the game totally holds up now. It's a square board, and there's all these little ice cubes that go in there.
and also iced teas.
And iced teas, and you take a red hammer and you hit out one cube, and you get to Jenga style. You get to hit
Absurdly
them
fun.
all out, and the person who hits it and makes it all spill out loses.
Well, hey, should we do a board game live stream? That's always the question.
We should absolutely do a board game live stream and talk about something. Just talk about anything while playing a board game.
Yeah, why not?
We should talk about anything while you lose at every board game. I think that'd be great.
But for me personally, I had more access to the Filmation Ghostbusters as a kid because they aired. You grew up in a different region than me, but they aired locally.
Okay.
And my local Blockbuster only had Filmation Ghostbusters tapes. Though it never really confused
Really?
her. It really never confused or upset me that there were two different Ghostbusters. I was like, I guess those are just the different Ghostbusters. The wrong Ghostbusters, if you will.
Okay. All right.
I actually have this DVD. Their arch enemy is Primeval. He's like a robot. There's a lot of like time travel weirdness.
Sure. He looks a lot cooler on this packaging than
the packaging on this DVD is awesome. Look at this.
Yeah, they look nothing like that.
Okay, but to talk about the tone of Filmation Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
I know you were looking at clips. It's more like a Scooby-Doo
Yeah, it's what it looks like.
or a Goober and the Ghost Chasers.
Even a what?
Goober and the Ghost Chasers.
Stand by for Googling. Goober and the Ghost Chasers.
Anyway, they have their fans. They have more of a sort of like absurdist. They're kind of losers. They're the sons of the Ghostbusters from the live action show.
Okay.
So, and Tracy the ape is the same ape. Apparently, he.
Goober and the Ghost. That is Scooby-Doo.
Hey, look! Here's two customers trying to come into Empire.
Two
Toys.
more people trying to come into Empire Toys on a Monday.
When are you guys just going to pay me $50 to come run Empire on Monday?
This legit looks like Scooby-Doo.
I mean, it's made
I mean, the characters in this.
It's made by Hanna-Barbera, so.
Okay, yeah, because that's. I mean, Goober. Let's do it again. I'm sorry, but come on. Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Tell me they don't look like straight up Scooby-Doo characters.
Hanna-Barbera was not afraid to rip itself off.
That's crazy.
But anyway,
All right.
so Filmation had more of an old school mentality. Long story short, in
Sure.
the mid '80s, cartoons were sort of advancing to the point where they would be like Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
They were headed on that upward trajectory, and Ghostbusters was a big part of it.
Wow. This is a DVD.
Sure is.
Not even a Blu-ray.
I have VHS tapes too, and there's also box sets with all the episodes. But
Over 175 minutes of ghost-busting adventure.
there's like 150 episodes of that or something. Anyway, I got a couple of figures here. I got I can't remember if it's Eddie or Jake. It's Jake.
I had no flippin' idea.
Well, anyway, these are
That was from.
awesome figures.
Yeah, that's pretty great, man.
They're supposed to have a little snap-on backpack and gun and stuff.
Sure.
This
Haven't seen that one. We didn't have that one, did we? You didn't get that here.
Yeah.
No, you did
I
not.
got it from that big garage sale score.
Did you really?
Yeah. Primeval. This is the main villain. You may have never seen it. I don't know.
I did not. I for sure saw this one.
He's supposed to have a big red cloth cape, but this is like primo 80s action figures. Look at that. Skullface cyborg.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with massive points of articulation. 1.
4 points of articulation.
2, 3, and 4. But also, I mean, all you really need is for him to be able to just do this. Look at him.
He had a pipe organ that he played, and they actually made a toy of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, this line is very extensive. They made, 12 characters, and the girls had rooted hair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But hey, I have more.
Oh, okay.
You do. I don't know if has this episode aired where we talk about the Yolanda PVC figures, the little Ninja Turtles. I don't think it has.
I think so.
I think you had it almost ready to go.
Okay, maybe not then. I thought we did, but
That's
maybe
the one
not.
where we did the little sponges. No, that hasn't.
Oh,
made it out.
no, that has not made it out yet. No.
Anyway, okay, South America, a company named Yolanda. They made, to give you the short and sweet version, they made licensed figurines that look bootleggy, but they are not. They are legit licensed figures, and I have almost a full set of the Filmation Ghostbusters ones right here.
All right, let's see it.
Shout out to Dinosaur Dracula. I got them in fun packs over the years. I got a couple baggies of Filmation Ghostbusters. So let's look at them.
They're super little.
Yeah, these are the little PVC
I never would have
figurines.
known what these were. Like at all. Like if these just came in, I would have been like,
Okay,
You knew this is a thing?
so here we go.
I don't know the characters though, so I wouldn't have been that dumb.
That's the real
Also,
Ghostbuster.
GD logos on the front of the bag.
Absolutely.
Well, I know that. I just meant like
These are modern made.
if you're looking at this chick, would you go, oh, she's a Ghostbuster character?
Yeah.
Liar.
What's her name? Brittany? I can't remember the girl's name. Whoa! There she is. She
Those are really cool looking.
looks like... Okay.
If you guys used a good camera that would zoom in on for you.
Here's Futura, the Ghostbuster from the future. She's one of the heroic characters.
That's great design work.
Yeah. Purple girl with antennas.
Very, very artsy. Her
Shove
eyes,
it real close. She's teeny tiny.
her eyes are not creepy at all. Let's get her way up there. Bang. Wait. Oh, get my face out of there. There it is.
There she is.
Look at her.
Primeval had his henchman. This is Fangster.
Sure.
They're ghosts, by the way. He's a ghost of a werewolf. So
There, I got you.
extrapolate what you will from that. How do you turn into a werewolf ghost? Like if a werewolf dies, they have to be a ghost in the
But he's got a
afterlife.
back. You know, can I tell you? I mean, he just left, but it looks exactly like Matt Helk with his backpack on. That's pretty crazy. It's basically the same.
He's got to
guy.
get to an adult hockey game.
It's bananas.
That's
What is this one?
Fib Face.
Fib face.
He has-
Oh,
He has
so
a little,
creative.
He has a little flipping head. I believe he was probably originally named Two Face. That's going to be my guess.
Fib face.
There's Fib Face.
Okay.
We got Scared Stiff, the robot skeleton.
Okay. It looks like something. It looks like I can't figure out who this looks like.
C-3PO.
No, it looks like a skeleton.
Jack
thing.
Skellington.
It looks like something from something else, man. This is gonna bug the heck out of me. I'm gonna stare at it for
Well,
a
he looks
ridiculous
like,
amount of time after
to me,
this.
he looks like Scared Stiff from the Filmation Ghostbusters.
Sure. Okay. Fair.
Hey, we got Tracy the Ape.
It looks like if you've ever bought a not banana boat, dang it, I can't think of the name of the product. There's the gorilla something crap.
Gorilla Glue?
Not Gorilla Glue. What the heck is it called, man?
Don't mix up Gorilla Glue with your hair products.
Hold on.
Bad idea.
I can't think of what it's. Sunbum. It looks like the Sunbum gorilla.
Oh yeah, kind of does.
That's I don't know why, but that's okay. It looks nothing like him, but for some reason, it just makes me think of him.
It must be because they're both gorillas. That's gotta be it.
Yeah. There's some similarity there.
Mysteria.
Mysteria. Okay.
Hey, how do you like the fact that I know the names of all the Filmation Ghostbusters characters off the top
I was
of my
actually
head?
not gonna sarcastically comment about it, but I'm 100% judging a bit. Mysteria. Is that what you said?
And
Mysteria.
is this? Hold on, Jake or Eddie? Jake or Eddie?
Egon.
I think it's Eddie.
Ugh. Look at him with the blue eyes.
But anyway, yeah, Jake and Eddie are the main Ghostbusters.
So he's basically Fred from Scooby-Doo is what you're telling me.
They're real goofballs. Oh, we'll watch some clips later.
He looks like Fred.
Let's link to some video about the Filmation Ghostbusters.
100%.
So
Done.
that you guys can know what the hell we're talking about.
Yep.
But anyway, the line was a huge failure.
I can see that.
It's just because I think that Filmation underestimated their competition. Because the real Ghostbusters is above and beyond from a writing standpoint.
Yeah.
From a design
But
standpoint.
honestly, I never thought about why they called it the real Ghostbusters. I just thought it was literally just clever word. We're the real Ghostbusters. Not the fact that they were saying we're the real, or that they're as opposed to not real Ghostbusters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're the really real Ghostbusters. Hey, look, two customers are trying to get into Empire Toys. So
it has
Matt
been
Alec, if you're watching this later,
he won't watch it.
This would be a top sales day for Empire.
Filmation.
Oh, the values are absurd on these.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, and the best piece of the line is Ghost Buggy.
Whoa. What is that? Scare scooter?
Yeah, it's a Ghost's freaking...
If you guys are in the market for a scare scooter, you can snag one on the eBay for $400.
Okay, don't look on eBay for this because I already looked on eBay for it earlier, but you need to look up Ghost Buggy. It's one of the greatest action figure vehicles of all time.
Did you say don't look it up?
Don't look it up on eBay because there's not any on eBay.
Oh.
Because it's that rare. And the parts are $100 each.
Jeez.
But they had an old timey jalopy that could turn into a plane, a submarine, or a boat.
Really?
And the toy does all 4 modes.
Huh.
So, and Ghost
This is that, right?
Yeah.
These are your little minis?
Uh-huh.
You don't have that guy?
Haunter. I actually have the real figure of Haunter. I have both Ghostbusters, Haunter, and Primeval.
Oh, okay.
I have
cool.
about a third of the line.
This is pretty cool, man. I honestly, I had no idea, and like, there's so much information on here too.
I kind of like follow the rules of you. If I don't find it in real life, I don't buy it generally.
Yep.
So my Filmation Ghostbusters line, I could just throw money at it and get some Filmation Ghostbusters, but that's not really fun.
That's a pretty cool looking cell. Look at that.
Yeah.
Huh. Man, that's awesome.
You know, it's actually a misnomer, or you know, it's incorrect that Filmation was cheaper to produce.
Sure.
Because they were the last animation studio that was set up in America, so they weren't paying cheap overseas wages. Like they cut corners on their animation, but he did that because Lou Scheimer, who ran the company, did that because he refused to ship his jobs overseas.
Huh.
So he was like a full-on union company that took care of his people.
That then failed.
He went out of business in 1987.
Dang.
So they just couldn't afford to keep doing it when overseas.
These are really cool, though, man.
Oh, those are good prices.
Yeah.
I gotta get on eBay and start looking for Filmation Ghostbusters. Apparently,
Do it.
but the two big pieces of the line, Ghost Command, which is their playset,
Okay.
is one of the biggest playsets of all time
Okay.
and most accurate. And the Ghost Buggy, their vehicle that switches. There it is. There's Ghost Buggy. Look at that. Sold for $350. But look at that thing.
Ghost Buggy.
Very
Yeah,
fragile.
sold for $327.24. Sold for that, and appears to be incomplete.
Yeah. Still, that's a lot of complete.
Well, let's show it.
Show the computer screen.
There it is. Pay no attention to the Star Wars stuff behind it, but there's your Ghost Buggy.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's what's fun about collecting toys.
I gotta get back to pop-up on the screen.
Yeah, we got to get back to editing these videos, Chuck. Am I right?
Yeah, we do. All we. Dude, that's really cool, man.
But you got to look up Ghost Command, just as like the final little.
I put Ghost Command, but it didn't come up. Let me see if I can get it to.
You-
Well, there's not on eBay.
These come up for sale about once every 3 years because I believe it was a retailer exclusive.
Is that it?
That's it. There she is. Look at this thing. Huge.
Jeez.
For scale, it should be about this big.
We'll post a picture of this on our social feeds. So catch it on Instagram.
For the longest time, people thought this thing didn't actually come out because it's so rare.
I can see that.
Yeah. Did not make it to a lot of places.
That's cool looking, though.
Yeah.
Huh. Who knew?
So that's Filmation Ghostbusters. You know, I often wonder, I actually looked into it. Universal now
You can buy this guy carded for $300.
very rare line.
Woo! Yep.
So long story short, very rare toy line. And I actually looked into who owns the rights to the Filmation Ghostbusters. There she is. She sold for $600 complete.
So, yeah, so incomplete. Sorry, I just showed the buggy. Incomplete, it sold for $327. Complete, it sold for $550.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
High dollar toy line.
Dude, Ghost Command parts. It's just the arrows.
And
the arrows.
The Skelevision here is a big part of the show.
Okay.
So it's, you know.
The arrows and one little piece, and it sold for $100 for that command center deal. That's bananas, dude. No pun intended.
So I'm happy to have the Filmation Ghostbusters that I do have.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I have thought, though, Universal now owns the Filmation catalog. I was thinking, wouldn't they own the name Ghostbusters then? I mean, it's complicated.
You'd think so. Who knows? Who knows
I'm
anymore?
sure that at some point, Columbia, actually made sure they own the name Ghostbusters
Probably.
outright.
Yeah.
But then again, this DVD is from 2016. So
maybe they don't.
The whole series has been out of print for a long time, but I have to wonder if somebody could make a live-action Ghostbusters movie, use the Filmation characters.
Are you telling me that we're going to make a Ghostbusters movie?
I mean, sure.
Let's do it. Let's shoot it on this camera just to piss off Matt.
Matt's so upset by this camera.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're filming on the newest iPhone, and you tell us in the comments if this looks like pants.
This is
Because I think it looks pretty good.
it looks pretty freaking good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Filmation Ghostbusters. Google it. Look up some information on it. It's pretty cool.
What do they need to look up information for? I just told them everything about it.
Hence the reason I said look up information. Verify what he told you.
I made up this toy line.
That would be hilarious.
Oh
That'd
man,
be
I should
so
do
funny.
that.
It'd be like that damn book.
We'll do. Oh yeah,
I
Libertine. We should do an
Didn't even
episode about
forget.
Blood Moon Barbarians, that rare vintage toy line. April 1st is coming up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you ready?
I was born ready.
You ready for the next segment?
All right, here we go.
What do we have?
A quick shot segment. Board game spotlight.
We don't do these very often.
A board game spotlight. Let me ask 2 questions, and then we can just go. 1, is it Mousetrap?
No.
2, is it Don't Break the Ice?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
But close.
Whatever.
Because I have a first edition release of Cootie here.
Oh.
From 1949, this game.
Wow.
This is Shopper's first board game. This is probably not the 1949 edition. This is probably like 51 or 52.
Yeah, well, I would say it's old.
Yeah, it's 50s. Either way.
Sure.
You usually see the stuff that's old. Hey, most of your toy YouTubers out there, they're talking about action figures from the 80s. We're bringing the real stuff.
Heck yeah.
We're showing Cootie from 1949.
This is your toys grandpappy.
Okay, so W.H. Shopper,
Yeah.
he made popcorn machines, believe it or
Okay.
not.
All right.
He whittled a fishing lure that looked like the Cootie,
Okay.
and he had plastic manufacturing ability, so he started manufacturing them as toys.
As you do.
So this is where he was at before he was making 2 action figure lines.
All right, show me your cooties.
All right, you ready? Do you
Yeah.
even know what a 1949 Cootie looks like? You've never
No,
seen one of these?
I've never seen this before.
So here we are.
What the heck
Cooties.
is that?
I'm missing a couple pieces. I'm missing a couple of eyes. I mean, you know how Cooties...
Will these tilt up? Will it
Yeah, they're
tilt up a
barely
little bit?
pegged in there, so don't go like 90-degree angling it. But there it is. The very first Cootie board game.
Look at that. So you put them together, huh?
Do you not know how to play Cootie?
I really don't.
Okay.
I know how to play Don't Break the Ice.
It's easy. It's just a dice rolling game. You roll the dice until you get all of the numbers correspond to a different body part. Part number.
And then you take it and you put it on your cootie.
So
That's-
part number 1 is the body.
Okay.
Roll until you get a 1.
1. That's a
Nope.
6. 3. 6.
We were supposed to take turns.
Nope. 4.
There you
1.
go. You got a 1. Pick
Yes.
pick a body.
I win.
Don't pick that one. I think it's got a busted part. Inspect it. One of them's broken.
Is this acceptable?
This is acceptable.
I choose red.
All right, so you rolled 1.
Okay.
So now you keep rolling. All the parts correspond to a different body part, and the first person to get a full one gets a Cootie.
Well, now I feel bad that I already got a
You
cootie.
roll a 2. That's 2.
So where does it go?
Goes where the head hole is.
Is that his head?
Yep.
That is really creepy looking.
Oh, we just rolled a 3. That's the antenna.
Nice.
So you got the antenna. Anyway, long story short, it plays out like that. We're not doing the long play right now.
So we roll a 3. Oh, so you got to roll 2 3s for the
You see
antennas.
each piece corresponds to a different.
You roll
body
a
part.
5, and he gets a whistle.
But either way,
Is it his tongue?
Shopper, they sold out to Milton Bradley, so Milton Bradley owns all these brands now.
Okay, I've never seen this before. It's
But
really creepy
You
looking.
roll all the parts, and here's what you come out with. So the first person to get a complete Cootie wins.
And then you have to roll 6 6s to get all 6 legs.
Yes.
So what you're telling me is that this is not necessarily a fast game.
Well, I mean, it gets pretty wild and furious when you're passing the dice back and forth trying to get a full Cootie at the end with 6 legs.
I can see that, man. That's how I am every time I'm trying to get a full cootie.
That's right. So here you are. Here's your 1949 Cootie.
Or 50s.
Yeah, well, early 50s. I mean, the game didn't really change from 49 to like 60.
Honestly, dude, like, what a cool concept for a game. Like, it's so basic,
But Shopper
but
was
also, like...
Shopper was one of the first manufacturers to make their games primarily out of plastic.
Okay.
So this is
Yeah, look at that.
one of the
Get it up there real
earliest
nice, like...
one of the earliest full plastic board games.
As I knock one of the legs out already.
It happens. I mean, they don't go in too tight.
I did not mean to break your cootie.
Oh God, the Cootie is broken. Very, very influential company.
I could tell. Wow.
So
Cootie. That one is 1949.
well, yeah, it's got 1949 copyright information, but
I mean, it looks like 1949.
the box said not. Anyway, they sold millions of these, so it's not very expensive. You can pick up like a Primo complete copy for like $40.
That's really cool looking. Huh. How creepy. Oh, yeah, there you go. Newer versions of it in different colors.
but that's one of the that's the company that would eventually.
Oh, Cootie! I've seen this.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's Cootie.
Dude, I've seen the new one and not the old one. That's why.
I figured. I mean, you've got.
It sounded familiar when you first said it, and then I was like, I guess I don't know what this is. But yeah, of course I've seen this. I mean, it's like if you go to a regular large retailer, it's that Cootie.
Yeah.
And I've seen that box a million times, but I never put two and two together.
Now your Cootie can team up with Primeval. I wish that
Primeval Cooties.
I wish that Shopper could sponsor us, but they've been out of business since 1987. So
we'll still try.
They sold off all their intellectual property. So.
Never mind.
Milton Bradley owns all these games now.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. Well, on a serious note, guys.
We're not going to talk about celebrity deaths again, are we?
Jeez, no, dude. I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna make a joke about getting a Cootie shot.
Oh, okay, good.
Because you need one.
We're gonna get fact checked on that.
You're gonna need a Cootie shot if you're gonna play with this one, because I'm pretty sure there's got to be some lead paint, some asbestos, some kind of plastic they can't use anymore. I'm sure that the glue that is in here is made from like anthrax or something like that. Okay, he's just gonna keep losing limbs. That was some cool stuff.
Yeah,
I like it. Heck yeah. Well, hopefully we didn't bore you guys too much on this one.
I hope we did.
Sorry for the computer screen being flipped around every now and then. I apologize for my lack of knowledge when it came to Filmation Ghostbusters. I feel like that threw a little bit of a chink in the chain for old Bootleg over here.
I 100% thought that we were just going to have a discussion. I didn't think I was going to be like teaching.
No, I mean, sorry.
I'm really surprised though that you are not that familiar. It's really weird.
I'll be honest. That's your fault. Okay?
Why is that my fault?
Because I don't look at these beforehand. And if I did, then maybe I'd be like, oh, let me research this. I wouldn't. But the thought would be there.
I mean, the show came out the same year as the real Ghostbusters. I don't know how you've slid by without getting...
I was too busy eating popsicles outside, playing tetherball. Man, do you remember tetherball? Whatever happened to tetherball? There's no tetherball anymore.
I mean, all you need is a ball and a rope.
And a pole. Or a tree.
You mean like a Polish person?
Well, now. There's no tetherball anymore. That's a story for another day. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I am Chuck. You can follow me on the social for literally no reason at Chuck the Closer. And you can find Austin at all the cool things.
Yeah, check us out on the Figure Sold Separately on all your social medias.
Sure.
I'm Cave Dweller Toys, Bootleg Austin. Like, comment. Leave us a like and a comment, guys. What are you doing? Subscribe.
Hey, just comment.
I know that at least...
Just say hello.
At least 40 of you are watching this about right now.
Say hi to me, and he will respond.
Yeah, that's right. So like, comment, subscribe. Turn on notifications. Why would you subscribe to someone if you didn't want to be notified that they made videos? I don't know. You tell me, YouTube.
Yep.
Follow us on our socials. Check out our Patreon. Buy a t-shirt that we don't have. Buy a t-shirt from the Epoxy Crusader. And we'll pretend that we actually have merchandise. How does that sound?
Under Armour's doing fine. You don't have to purchase their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Good show.
Yeah. That was a big info dump on my part. That was a lot of work for me.
I learned a lot.
So we're gonna.
This next part's gonna be a lot of work for me.
Hey, the Filmation Ghostbusters has a great theme song, so we're gonna check that out after we're done watching, and we'll probably link it.
We'll post it. All right. Good night, Ray Ray.
Good night, Ray Ray. We love you.